Hi guys! Oh, and look who's joining me today. We have Molly and Mushroom. Thanks for joining me, guys. So, it's been a while, long time no see. My sincerest apologies for not vlogging for so long. I guess those of you who don't really like the vlogs, it's a good thing, but for those of you who do like the vlogs, myself included, I love making them. I'm really sorry I've been absent. The last few months I've been so distracted with just being super busy, working on a lot of pieces, and yeah, I'm just really glad to be back, and I'm trying to be better about vlogging because I really do miss this kind of face-to-face interaction that I have with you guys, and I just miss talking to you. So I wanted to quickly let you guys know that at the end of the video, I actually have a question for you, and I am in need of your opinions and suggestions. So please, at least watch the end of the video if you don't want to watch this vlog. I think it will be it's a project that I'm really excited about, and I really want your help. So anyways, I actually have filmed some vlogging footage over the last few months, just doing various fun events or trips, and I haven't really ever had the time to put them into like one cohesive video. So today I thought I would just do it, like just get it over with and edit it and show you guys basically what I've been up to, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching. Man, where to begin? These past few months I've done a lot of things. Only recorded a few of them, but the first one that I recorded and loved experiencing was a show at the Planetarium at the California Academy of Sciences, which is kind of like a mixture of a museum, aquarium, planetarium, and all these fun exhibits inside Golden Gate Park. And on Thursdays, they have a nightlife, which means the park is open after hours, and you get to basically see all the cool exhibits with drinks and music. Oh, and this was a really cool albino alligator. I've never seen one before. It's so cool. Then later, we went to a wedding in a vineyard in Southern California. It was beautiful there, super hot, super sunny. There was a lot of wine tasting and dancing and partying with friends. The ceremony was absolutely gorgeous. It was outdoors, and my boyfriend did the splits once again on the dance floor. That is his special trick. And lastly, I went to Seattle for a quick camping trip over a long weekend. We flew over the beautiful Cascade Mountains. Seattle is like home to me, so every time I go, I just soak up all of the nostalgia. A bunch of friends and I went camping at Wallops Lake, and the drive there was breathtaking. It looks like winter wonderland from a dream, and I just miss Seattle so much. I can't wait to be back. It was definitely a much needed weekend of relaxation and just to kind of unplug from the grid, and we enjoyed our time off. There was no cell phone distractions, no internet, and we were just able to really enjoy the beautiful scenery and kind of find some sort of inner peace, all the while, of course, pigging out on way too much food and way too much wine. There were also 3 adorable puppies present. They're owned by my friends. Sadly, my puppies could not make it. And oh, this is my adorable friend Cindy chopping watermelon with a machete. Oh, and this is the moon rising. It was so bright, it was like the sun pretty much. And to conclude the trip, we went to the largest Starbucks I've ever seen in Seattle, where Starbucks actually originated from. Okay, before I move on to the next segment, I wanted to quickly say a thank you to Monica, who sent me this amazing painting she did. And Monica lives in Slovenia, which is crazy. I had no idea that someone from Slovenia was watching my channel. So it's always humbling to see people from all over the world reach out to me, because I'm like, whoa, I had no clue. But yeah, Monica did this adorable painting of me inspired by saltwater fishies, and she even included my 2 dogs, Molly and Mushroom. Monica, you did a great job, because this is on point. Especially Molly, like she looks just like this when she takes a nap. So thank you so much, Monica, and for all the care and thoughtfulness and detail that went into this. I'll definitely cherish it forever. Also, really quickly, I wanted to show you guys some new pieces that I have been working on lately. A few pieces that are actually already finished. This one here is titled Periphery, and I think I wanted to name it that because she's kind of on the edge of the piece and she's looking over her shoulder, and I've been really trying to play with more diverse compositions, I guess. So instead of always centering it, centering the subject, I wanted to kind of put her on the edge and crop part of her out and just play with an extreme close-up, I guess. And also lately I've been kind of obsessed with trying out new skin tones, and I've just fallen in love with this ghostly blue skin tone with touches of hot pink. And yeah, I guess she's kind of my take on an alien moth fairy. For the wings, I was inspired by the rosy maple moth, in case you guys are wondering. And I also spent a lot of time on the hair. I've been really trying to get better at rendering hair. Yeah, this one is going to be for one of my dear patrons who pledged the oil painting reward tier, and so I'm really excited. I hope her new owner likes her. If you guys are interested in checking out oil paintings or commissioning something from me, you can always hit up my Patreon page. I'll leave that information on the screen and also in the description. Okay, this piece here, you guys might have seen me work on it on and off. I think I've vlogged a few bits and pieces of it, but I'm finally done. I'm so happy. I'm actually really pleased with how it turned out. This was definitely a step outside the comfort zone for me. It was a commission for a very dear client of mine, someone who I've been working with for a while, and I just absolutely love her, and she was so patient with me. So thank you so much, Sasha, for your patience. I know I've been kind of slow on delivering this piece, but I decided to call it Equilibrium, and the reasoning behind that is, I think, A, because they're twins, and equilibrium to me hints at balance and equality, and also the tattoos. The top here is a dragon, which represents the sky, so you see it has clouds and cherry blossoms. And also on the dragon, just a side note, I used this like metallic gold paint from Gamblin. It's called Pale Gold. So hopefully that's showing up in the video. It's on the horns and the whiskers and the nails. I hope it shows up. And then the bottom is a koi fish, and that represents water. So you have the koi fish in the water with some water lilies. And so I just thought like sky and water can balance each other out. Also, equilibrium is just a cool word, so. Okay guys, so the question I wanted to ask you has something to do with animal humane societies and charities. As you guys know, I have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and I have adopted all of them from various shelters and humane societies, you know, across the country, depending on where I lived. This guy here, Juan Juan, I've had him since I was 13, and I adopted him in high school when he was just 9 months old, and he's pretty much my best friend, or one of my 4 best friends. And I remember when I was 13 years old, I actually volunteered during high school at the shelter where I adopted him, and it was such an eye-opening experience for me. It was scarring and horrifying and tragic. This was just like the city shelter, you know, it wasn't anything fancy or special, and I just remember I couldn't even last a week there because I think cats got a full week and dogs got 5 days before, like 5 days to get adopted before they were euthanized. So if cats were not adopted within a week and the dogs were not adopted within 5 days, they were euthanized because it was so overcrowded, and the way that people would just drop off their pets just horrified me. It was so cruel and heartless. They dropped them off in these like metal bins that were left overnight, that were like attached to the shelter, and then the next day like the shelter volunteers and employees would come in and like let the animals out of the cages and then put them into new cages. Anyways, it was completely horrifying, and I think that experience at 13 is what made me really care a lot about adopting, and that's why I've adopted 4 animals, and I have basically 0 self-control. But lately I've been really thinking about how I can give back to society and really put effort and energy into the causes that I really care about. I think for earlier, like the past few years, I have been focused so much on my own growth, like trying to grow my art career, my art business, and further just further my progression as an artist. And now, thanks to awesome people like you and everyone on my Patreon, I'm finally able to earn a living where I can support myself, and I really, really want to shift that energy now into doing something that has a good like societal impact, something that makes me feel not just artistically fulfilled, but morally fulfilled. And I feel really fortunate to be in a place where I can do that. So I have been meaning for a while now to start a project that will ultimately end in a huge donation towards a humane society or an animal charity that truly does help a lot of these pets find a good home. You know, a lot of the animals I saw at the shelter that I volunteered at, there was nothing wrong with them. They were adorable, they were loving, they were well behaved, and so many of them didn't even have a chance just because the shelter didn't have enough resources and didn't have enough space. So yeah, now that I'm older and I can finally have a job that pays, I really, really want to give back. So I was going to ask you guys for suggestions on which animal shelters are the best. I want to make sure my money is going to a good place. I don't want, you know, the bulk of my donation to be, you know, paying the CEO his inflated salary. Like, I want a charity where, you know, the money will really go, will last a while and really will go towards making the lives of these animals better. You know, my life would not be the same if it wasn't for my 4 pets, and they've truly, truly enriched just every single day of my life, and they are kind of the best friends that a human could have, in my opinion, of course. And I just really, really want to make sure that other cats and dogs and bunnies and whatever animals are in shelters, I really want to make sure they all get a chance to find a good home. So if you know of any shelters or organizations or charities that actually do a really great job in the fostering and adoption of pets, please comment them below. I will be looking through this list, and thank you in advance for all of your help. I'm trying to put together a project. I haven't finalized the details yet, but I'm trying to put together a collection of artworks that are kind of animal themed, and I want to do something with them, like either sell fun merchandise and donate the profits, or I don't really know yet, but it'll be something that I will definitely try to incorporate some sort of drawing or painting into, and hopefully it's a fun and interactive and engaging experience for everyone. But yeah, first things first, I do need to know some charities that I could potentially reach out to or at least research before I kick this project off. So thank you all so much in advance for your suggestions, and sorry I'm blabbering, but thank you so much for watching this vlog and for your continued encouragement and support. I hope to catch you in the next video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.